Hey, my name is Vincent William and I'm super thankful that you came over to my channel. In this video, I'll give you 5 tips on how you can spend less time at the gym and get more results. So if this sounds good to you, stick with me. Um, Here are some timestamps so you don't have to watch the whole video. So you can just skip through to the part of the video that interests you the most. So here are the timestamps, either here or here. Tip number 1 is sleep. Sleep 7 to 9 hours. It's super important for us to sleep enough and sleep good. So I would ask you, or not, I wouldn't ask you because you can always decide what you do. This is not some information that you have to do or that you cannot find anywhere else. You can implement this in your life when you think you're ready for it. And I think that these tips are really going to help you. So sleep is one of those tips. I think some of us have a love-hate relationship with sleep. Some of us want to get a lot of stuff done during the day, and sometimes our sleep comes short. I have, leaders in my life that aren't sleeping as much as they maybe should, because they are putting themselves behind and they are actually serving other people. They're, working like all around the clock and they are not getting enough rest. And sleep is, the part that is super important for us to be healthy, to be in a good mood, and to overall just achieve better performance in life, because sleep has plays a major role and has a major effect on how we perform in the gym, or in school, or in our business, or wherever. It gives us more concentration and more focus when we need to have it. And yeah, so I would recommend you to sleep 7 to 9 hours. That's what I do. And what has really helped me and what just helps everyone is a regular sleeping pattern. So try to go to bed at the same time every night and try to wake up at the same time. This is going to help you so much. Also, sleep in a cool room. So 18 degrees Celsius would be ideal for you to initiate sleep, because our core body temperature has to plummet a little bit, about 1 to 2 degrees of Celsius, so that we can actually initiate sleep, fall asleep. Sleep in a dark room, so try to darken the room, because that's important as well. No technology before bed is a tip that I have here, or something that I have written down on my notes. Try to not go on your phone before you go to bed. Try to cut out all electronic devices 1 hour before you go to bed. So if you want to go to bed at 11 p.m., so 23, what is it in military time? When you want to go to bed at 11 p.m., then cut out all your electronic devices at about 10 p.m. That would be ideal for you to calm down, read a book, do something else, listen to some music, but try to calm down and get all that brain fog out of your mind, because technology is not always ideal. So another big thing is no caffeine 14 hours before you go to bed. I know this sounds crazy, but this is probably one of the tips that is going to serve you the most. Caffeine has a major effect on most of us. There are people who are caffeine sensitive. They are really sensitive to caffeine and its impact and its influence. And then there are people who are not so sensitive to caffeine, and they can basically drink a cup of coffee before they go to bed, and they think that they can sleep perfectly well, which is true to some extent. But to just clear it up a little bit, caffeine has a half-time of 6 hours. So if you drink a cup of coffee at noon, at 12 p.m., then half of that caffeine is still going strong in your bloodstream at 6 p.m. And the quarter time of caffeine in your blood is 12 hours. So when you drink a cup of coffee with about 100 milligrams of caffeine at 12 p.m., at 12 a.m., so at midnight, you still have a quarter of that cup in your bloodstream. And this is not always good for your sleep. This is not good for your sleep. So try to cut out any caffeine 13 to 14 hours before you go to bed. This is going to help you, because imagine it. You are trying to go to bed and it's like 12 p.m. No, it's 12 a.m. at night, and you are just chugging down like a quarter cup of coffee. It just, it doesn't make sense. So try to cut out any caffeine. This is basic. What I do is I wake up in the morning and I just drink a cup of coffee. Not because I have to, because I have a regular sleeping pattern, and this just helps me to wake up and be ready for the day when I wake up. But I drink a cup of coffee in the morning right away. Like, I wake up and I drink one basically right away. I just sit down, make a pour over, and then drink it, or French press or whatever. And that's the only time in the day where I actually consume caffeine. Tip number 2 is exercise. Exercise 3 times a week. I know this sounds like, okay, this either sounds, whoa, 3 times a week, that's super, like, that's a lot. In that case, you don't have to work out 3 times a week. You can try to work out twice a week, but try to not work out more than every other day. If you want to spend less time at the gym, it seems logical, right? For you to do that and still, build muscle and, lose fat and do all the good things, focus on compound movements. Focus on compound movements like squats, deadlifts, barbell rows, the bench press and shoulder press, because these are movements that include and train more than just one muscle. So if you are doing your, lateral raises for your side delts here, and you're doing this type of movement, you're only training this muscle basically. You're training this part of your shoulder. But if you are doing your shoulder press, you're not only training and exercising your shoulders, no, you're also working on your upper chest and your triceps. So you got way more than just one muscle included in this movement. Now, why is this important? First of all, you want to decrease your time spent in gym, right? So it makes sense to train more muscles at the same time instead of training each one individually. When you're working out and you're focusing on compound movements and you are focusing on getting stronger in those 4 or 5 movements, what you will experience is your hormones will change. You'll be able to get stronger and stronger. You will achieve much more muscle growth and look better, feel better. For you guys who are you guys who are wanting to do this, you will spike your testosterone levels, and this will result in more muscle growth as well. So there are so many benefits to focusing on compound movements and striking out unnecessary isolation movements. I know it is fun to stand in front of the mirror and do biceps curls for 20 minutes or so, and you can do that, of course, but this video is supposed to help those who are trying to spend less time at the gym and focus on other things other than training and working out. So if you want to do isolation exercises, you can do that, but for you guys who are not willing to spend more than 4 or 5 hours at the gym per week, this is going to help you a lot. Focus on your technique. Focus on the way you are exercising the movement, because this is crucial to really hit that target muscle. Also, and this is basically everything I have to say when it comes to muscle growth, is focus on progressive overload. Focus on progression. It's not about how many exercises you do. It's not about how often you change your exercises, how often you switch your exercises to kind of confuse your muscle. It's not about that. It's about increasing your volume by adding weight or reps. Preferably now, like, you don't want to add sets to your training to achieve progressive overload, because this will add way more time to your workout, right? Because each set takes about 2 minutes or so with a break in between. So adding reps and weight is going to help you. So also, like I said, cut out all the isolation exercises, like the side delt exercise like lateral raises or the shrugs and stuff like that. You don't have to do that, because when you're working out and you're focusing on compound movements, you are basically training each and every muscle. If you want to add biceps curls or tricep extension, that's cool and that's up to you. It will just take a little bit more time out of your day. Be consistent. If you can go to the gym 6 times a week and stick to it for more than 3 months, and stick to it, that's awesome. Do it. But if you can only be consistent going to the gym 2 or 3 times a week, that's awesome as well. Just be consistent in whatever you do. I always say consistency is better than brilliancy. So we should aim for consistency rather than brilliancy. It's cool, to go to the gym 6 times a week for a month and then just stop completely. But how about if you go to the gym for 3 times a week and stick to it for a year or two or the rest of your life? That is really powerful. That's super powerful. So make it a habit. Make going to the gym a habit. Newer studies have shown that it takes about 67 days to build a new habit. 67 days is the sweet spot where an action becomes your habit. And there is this one quote where it says, "We are what we repeatedly do." So excellence is not a simple act, it's a habit. So if we're trying to get excellent in something that we do, we got to do it repeatedly. So working out 3 times a week is it's perfect for me. It's ideal. I have this. It's like the adenosine, the hormone adenosine that gets produced during the day. Yeah, it's a hormone that kind of makes us more drowsy and sleepier, and at the end of the day, it's just high in our bloodstream. And it just makes us want to sleep, because when we go to sleep, that some of that pressure, that adenosine pressure, is just taken away, and that's why we got to sleep. So taking naps during the day, for example, takes away some of that pressure, that sleep pressure that is healthy, and that may also result in a worse sleep at night because you're not that sleepy. You have released some of that pressure, and the same with a habit. We got to stick to it, and we cannot allow ourselves to let that pressure go away. We got to stick to it and keep it up, and at some point it will just be a habit to us, and we just do it, and we won't have to bring up so much discipline to do it. So in order to do that, we got to be accountable to something or someone. If you can have a friend who checks up on you and asks you, how are your sleeping patterns doing, that is great. Or if you can have someone asking you, hey, are you going to the gym? Have you been to the gym this week, and how many times? That is awesome. And even better is having a friend that goes to the gym with you, because you keep yourself accountable. And you also double the results that you get, obviously. So that is awesome. But if you don't have a friend that checks up on you, and that can also be a family member or anyone basically. But if you don't have access to that, or you want to use an app, you can use an app. I use an app that's called Habitica. At first I was kind of Habitica, like it's an app, and it includes a game basically. So every time you stick to a habit, and every time you check off things of your to-do list, you level up, and you just reach a new level in your character in that game. And it's kind of nerdy, but I tried it, and it's kind of cool. There are other apps like Streaks and stuff like that, or Habitify. There are hundreds of apps that serve the same purpose, so you can use one of those to actually track your progress at the gym, or your habit progress. Or you can just write down in a note, okay, I've been to the gym, I have not been to the gym, stick to that habit or that habit. To be honest, I use notes to track my progress. I use notes to write down ideas that just come and go during the day, but notes are super awesome when you are trying to track your progress at the gym. I always log in my weights and my sets and the exercises that I have done, so I can actually look forward to the next training and workout, and I can say, okay, I'm going to do this much weight, this many sets, and I can just track my volume and my progress, which is super important. But that's actually a whole new level, a whole new video, and a whole new topic, and probably something that I would discuss in a different video. So try to have some sort of accountability. Try to be accountable to something or someone, and be consistent in whatever you do. Consistency is better than brilliancy. Tip number 4 is food. Obviously, we gotta eat food. So I would recommend you to eat the right amount of food and the right foods. Simple tip right here is try to implement a pre-workout meal. So what does that mean? Basically, it's exactly what it sounds like. You are eating before you go to the gym. Not immediately, but like 2 or 3 hours before you go to the gym would probably be ideal, or just 2 hours and before you go to the gym, because this will like give you more energy and help you to stay more energized throughout your workout and to actually push more weights. So you can have, for example, a bowl of oats with banana, honey, and some sort of milk, almond milk, rice milk, or normal milk. You can decide and choose what you like most and just eat it, or some rice cakes, rice waffles, wafers, something like that, and it will help you to have a better pump and stay more focused and energized throughout your workout. So that is really cool. And of course, eat after you have been at the gym. You don't have to eat immediately, but eat before you go to the gym the next time, so you will have enough energy. So if you can have lunch or dinner after you went to the gym, that is really good. And last tip for right now, I have many other tips that I would like to give you, but I don't want to make this video so long. Figure out at what time you want to work out. I know many of you are students going to school, learning, studying, so you are not able to work out in the morning before you go to school, for example, or you don't want to, or whatever reason that may be. So try to figure out when you want to work out, maybe more in the afternoon or at night. You can always decide that for yourself. I, for example, try to work out in the morning. There's a reason for that I'm not going to explain right now, but that's just the time I like to work out, and it helps me to stick to it. And if you can just take one tip out of this whole video, be consistent. I have wasted so much time following other workout routines and other workout plans that have not really helped me, because I was not able to stick to them for a long period of time. And since I decided to make working out 3 times a week a habit, man, if I could tell you how much that has helped me, it's super cool. And it takes a lot of that stress from you, that oh, am I gonna make it to the gym? You just go to the gym 2 or 3 times a week and you're good. Don't think that going to the gym less is going to I just realized that I kind of missed the whole topic in this video. All these tips are going to help you to achieve more results and get more results, and obviously spend less time at the gym, but it's really simple. I'll be going more into depth when it comes to the right workout plan, because that's another video as well. Just be consistent. That's all I can say. Be consistent, because consistency is key. You can go to the gym for 6 times a week. You can go to the gym 6 times a week and achieve mediocre results because you're not sticking to it, or no results. And you can go to the gym twice a week or once a week and achieve better results than the majority of the people, because you are sticking to it and you know exactly what you are doing and you are in it for the long term. So all these tips are great, but be consistent with the things that you can implement, and don't try to implement every single one of these tips right away, because you won't be consistent with all of them at once. Try to change slowly but steady and move forward. If you can just take one step towards your goal every single day, that's all you need to do to be better tomorrow. If you can become 1% better today than tomorrow, than yesterday, you'll be 365% better than a year ago. Think about that. Really, every single step that you do matters. Every action matters. I think that how you do the little things is how you do the big things. So yeah, it's really amazing what you can do when you are consistent with things. So yeah, that's all I want to say right now. Please leave a like and subscribe to my channel, and please let me know your questions in the comments. Please let me know which one of these tips you are going to implement in your routine, or let me know what you are going to focus on in this week or today. Yes, so let me know in the comments, and thank you so much for your time. I don't deserve your time. I don't deserve you. I don't deserve you watching this whole video, but I'm so thankful that you made it until here and that you stick with me. And I pray that you're having a great and a blessed day. And yeah, see you next time. That's it for now. Peace.